When the world's best creative visual content meets powerful AI technology, the possibilities are endless. Introducing Generative AI by Getty Images, a dynamic new innovation that pairs our vast creative library with NVIDIA's game-changing AI capabilities. Built to generate impactful, original visual content that's commercially safe, engineered to scale, and compensates our contributors. Trained exclusively on our creative collections and data, Generative AI by Getty Images lets you confidently conceptualize, explore, and execute unique ideas that connect with consumers and drive impact. Backed by our uncapped indemnification, you can rest assured knowing you have the same legal protection we provide for our pre-shot images and videos. Enhance your productivity. Elevate your projects. Unleash your creativity. With all the impact, none of the risk. Generative AI by Getty Images. Visit gettyimages.com to learn more.
On today's episode, we'll share true stories from our legal claims Crypt and tell you what to do to keep spooky claims from darkening your doorstep. Are you looking for pumpkins? Great! Did you know that Getty Images has nearly 37,000 royalty-free videos of pumpkins that are easy to find, commercially safe, and ready to use? The download, presented by Getty Images, starts now. Hello and welcome to a special Halloween edition of The Download presented by Getty Images. I'm your host, Jennifer Kelly, Customer Success Manager here at Getty Images. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, I want to give a special shout out to all of our Premium Access subscribers watching, and thank you for your business. We truly appreciate it. We have a scary good show for you this All Hallows Eve, filled with thrilling, true tales of legal claims and how Getty Images can help you ward off even the most wicked. Here with some stories that might keep your legal team up at night, but don't have to, is Heather Cameron and our coterie of licensing wizards from the fine print.
Thanks, Jen. I'm Heather Cameron, Director of Legal Risk Mitigation, aka Nonsense and Shenanigans. And today we're going to dive deep into my claims crypt to share some hair-raising tales of legal mayhem made right by our licensing expertise. So fear not, dear viewer, when you properly license content from Getty Images and you use it within the terms of your premium access agreement, we've got your back when claims arise. We're going to show you exactly how to roll. Joining me into the abyss are two of my longtime partners in crime, Jill Broughton, Senior Account Executive, and Lori Levine, Senior Account Executive. Believe it or not, all of these stories are true, though some of the names may have been changed to protect the innocent. All right, enough exposition. The legal claims crypt is open. Join us if you dare. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start with people, and one of my most favorite claims of all time. I'm bringing you the hipster effect. Our publisher client, MIT Tech Review, licensed a photo for use in an article about how hipsters actually all look alike. Nonconformists usually act unconventionally in the same way and ironically end up being the same. Well, a gentleman thought he recognized himself in this article and contacted MIT Tech Review. He had some strong feelings and words to say, including, "This is defamatory. You cannot use an image of me without my permission and suggest that I am a hipster. I don't like it, and I might just sue you." Well, MIT Tech Review was supremely confident that they had a legitimate license to use that particular image. They contacted us right away and let us know about that. They also said, this is an editorial use. We don't even need permission for an editorial use, but we licensed from you, so we're going to make this your problem. And you know what we said? Please do make this our problem. We can open up our record vault and we can take a look at exactly how we came to have these images. So we looked at the image at issue, pulled the model release, and then we looked at over 100 additional images of the same model with multiple wardrobe changes. And we made those available to the gentleman who had the very strong feelings that he was the gentleman in the photo. Guess what? He was not. Mistaken identity, proving the rule that all hipsters really do look alike. So once he reviewed all the content, understood the circumstances of the shoot, and was reassured that he was not the gentleman, he wanted to walk a lot of those strong feelings back and asked us to apologize on his behalf about this issue. Well, we went to MIT Tech Review, told them crisis averted, mistaken identity, all is well. Well, MIT Tech Review was so charmed by how we resolved this particular issue with the gentleman, also proving the rule of the hipster effect, that they then took it to Twitter, and then that just went viral with multiple media outlets sending multiple clicks back to this article. So we really boosted our client signal with how we resolved this particular issue and turned something that seemed like a very heated, unpleasant circumstance into something that was entertainment for all. So you're welcome, world. But the note to selves for this cautionary tale is to always contact your rep and let us take a look at whatever the issue might be that someone is having an allergic reaction about, because chances are we have the right medication to solve that allergic reaction. So, Lori, I just talked about a case of mistaken identity and how much a customer loved its particular resolution. I remember a certain fabulous senior citizen on a greeting card that one time. Do you want to talk about that one?
Yes, Heather. I got a call from a very well-known greeting card company. Their general counsel said that a family here in the United States contacted them and said that their grandmother, who lived in a assisted living facility and has dementia, happened to be on a greeting card that they produced. So I obviously contacted Heather. Heather pulled the release, found out this was actually a DJ in the UK, and that's where the shoot took place. And then we had a lot of other images of her.
That's true. You know, sometimes when these issues come up, obviously we go right to our records that we have. We have amazing record keeping with the content that's submitted to us. And on the model release and the photographer shoot records, it gave us all the information we needed to go back to the family to explain this. And always, those records are our very first line of defense. Did this assisted living facility where she was all charted up with these amazing rhinestone glasses, did they have furniture like in this photo? This place is lit. I'm getting on the waiting list. Did they have like full hair and makeup and wardrobe and getting their hair done under the dryer? I love a spa day. It's great. And then do they have afternoon tea and cocktails at this place? Is going on? Well, absolutely not. But we had to do some explaining. All right. Now, no spooky Halloween episode of the Fine Print would be complete if I didn't tell you guys about zombies. Let's talk about zombies for a moment. And I'm going to bring you to this particular claim. It just looks like a gentleman sleeping with his CPAP mask. And that's true, that is happening. But this is a zombie moment because we have had at a minimum 15 plus claims on the same person because everybody and their dog seems to think that this is them or their loved one. I would just love to direct you to how complete and thorough that our photographer has had to make this particular caption, because he has been contacted so many times from different individuals believing that it is their loved one in the photo. Someone has snuck into their sleep study and taken a photo of them asleep. What kind of a creep does that? No, viewer. That does not happen. This is an absolutely fully released image. The photographer himself is wearing his own CPAP mask in his own bed. But because we have those records and we have amazing photographers who aren't afraid to make these really funny captions come to life based on lived experience, having so many claims on the same thing. Oh my goodness. Lori, can you even believe it?
I thought it was me.
I know, right? Everybody thinks it's them. To be honest, it looks a little bit like my husband. Don't tell him I said that.
I might tell him.
All right, we've told you some tales about people, including zombies, and I just am gonna switch to not a graveyard. I'm not gonna take you there, but I do want to talk about locations specifically. From time to time, as a customer, you may be contacted by some local authority, local concern, local property rights holder saying, that is my location. And what are you doing on my location? I can tell you, my viewer, that from time to time, those are also mistaken identity of location. The number of times somebody thought that was their dock at their lake, for example, it's not your dock. We're respectful. We handle them the same way. We look at those records. But from time to time, it could be something that, a real legitimate inquiry, a real question about something. For example, we heard from the city of Waikiki once. A customer was using content in an advertisement, and it was aerial footage shot over Waikiki Beach. The city of Honolulu contacted us and said, hey, we have a really strict drone policy. You cannot be flying drones and creating advertising content with it. It's not safe. We don't like it. Well, of course, we looked into it right away for the customer. They put us on alert, and it was content shot on film over 20 years ago in a helicopter with a permit. Once the city of Honolulu was aware, they're like, oh, great, we're not worried about that. That's safe. Awesome. We just don't want unsafe drone flights. And we're like, okay, we get it. Similarly, Stonehenge, similar claim where someone was using aerial footage of Stonehenge in an advertising campaign. And our friends at Stonehenge, contacted them and said, hey, no drones allowed over this very sacred ley line kind of place. Also, we have a lot of crowds. We don't want any drones, taking video of them. That seems weird to us. Again, similar situation, shot with a helicopter, with the permit. Once we explained that, our friends at Stonehenge were great. Everybody was happy. The vibrational frequencies were restored. So, keeping on the subject of property and locations, Jill, I feel like we had a certain financial services client not too long ago that had some questions about a location. Do you want to set that one up and tell our viewers about it?
Yeah, sure. This actually was a really interesting one. And I liked it especially because it spoke to how so many of our clients are actually so clued into the important aspects of an image and what they can and can't do and know that up front. And so in this particular one, it was a royalty free image of two, charming young girls who were in a subway station or sorry, subway car. Just enjoying some time together, and they had licensed it for a campaign that was hot and underway and ready to hit the runway. And yeah, as you know, our royalty-free, creative royalty-free images are we have uncapped indemnification. We make sure that everything that appears in that image is all taken care of, whether it's the model needing to be released or anything else isn't recognizable in terms of brands and things like that. And so this client reached out, they licensed this, and they asked us, well, where is that? And because it wasn't easily, that's part of the process is you can't easily identify something. So we reached out and found out where it was. And we told them, and we didn't hear from them for a couple of days. And I was curious, and we spoke, and they had actually reached out because they had some concerns about the seat fabric, and they had gone to the entity that controls that subway station and had worked out some things, and they came back to us and wanted to find out how we could work that out with them. And so I went to our legal folks, Heather and our legal folks, and um, the fact of the matter is, no matter what, we indemnify these images, and we were standing behind it, and we wanted to make sure that they knew that. But now we had this other party involved, and so with our legal team, we worked through that with them, and they resolved the whole issue. And in the end, a very fast moving campaign got to meet its schedule, and everybody was happy. But I think what's really to take away from this is our clients are pretty savvy, and occasionally, and it's quite rare, there may be something that we don't know. I mean, the idea of a little tiny piece of fabric actually having some kind of authority was something new for us, and now we know,
Yeah.
and all's good.
It is rare, but sometimes our customers do help educate us about that, and then very quickly we know better and do better, like Dr. Angelou says. So in this case, one of the interesting things about this particular campaign, like Jill said, it was ready to roll. Like the media buy was purchased, the print collateral was made, and it was going to be launching very soon, including in the exact location for that metropolitan subway system. So it was critically important to make sure that we were respecting that particular rights holder, that they were aware of what that usage was going to be, and they felt respected in that moment. So we rose to the occasion, quick pivot, and all is well. All was right with the world. The customer felt respected and heard. The rights holder was really happy that we paid attention in that regard. And, we then educated the rest of our inspection, submission, and photographers who contribute content to us to let them know, hey, be aware.
Yeah, and it just really makes me love my clients even more because of the fact that they know this stuff. Um, it's just it just proves that they've got a good handle on it.
It makes everyone better. Okay, well, let's talk about a grim fairy tale unhappy ending. This is a moment of me cautioning you, dear viewer, just don't do it. Not all claims that are made are mistaken identities. Sometimes it's legitimate models who see a particular end use that is just beyond the pale. And a customer did not pay attention to our very specific content license agreement language, where if there's going to be a particularly sensitive use that is potentially unflattering, etc., please use a disclaimer. Well, in this situation of this photo that you're seeing in front of you, a background check company thought it was a great idea to use these photos of these models holding these blank placards. They could put whatever they wanted on the placard. We did that by design. That's what, our content can do for you. You can really make it your own. In this instance, though, the background check company thought it was a great idea to say the woman was a tax evader, that the gentleman that you see here bounces checks, and that this other person is a child molester. Absolutely not true in any of those instances, and did not use a disclaimer. Well, the gentleman that was alleged to be the child molester actually owns his own photo agency, and he quickly contacted me. I've known him for a really long time and said, Heather, this is beyond the pale that they are saying that I am a child molester. This goes above and beyond what is allowed under my model release and what's allowed under the Getty Images license. And I said, you are correct, sir. We will contact that particular customer and let them know. So if you ever want to be tempted to say things like somebody's a meth addict, or needs to go into treatment, or has a particularly sensitive type of disease potentially, I really do encourage you to take a look at the language in our end user license agreements and make sure that you're following the rules, maybe checking in with your business and legal affairs department. And from time to time, customers have found it really successful to contact us and have us work with our rights and clearance team to secure additional rights from a particular model to say something particularly egregious about a model's behavior, about what they're doing in the photo, saying that they have a particular disease or condition. All of those things can be worked out. You just need to communicate with us. But please pay attention to your content license agreement and contact us if you have questions. Okay, let's talk about some copyright enforcement horror stories. Using content without a license, being pursued by an enforcement service can be a hair raising and terrifying experience for both agency and brand customers and media clients alike. I have seen letters from these copyright enforcement services demanding $5,000, $10,000, or threatening to sue for $150,000 for statutory damages for the willful infringement of using an image or a clip of video without a license. That is a lot. That is a lot coming at somebody. It's very threatening and scary to receive a letter like that. Always a great idea to know that not all copyright enforcement services are alike. Not all are ogres and trolls under the bridge. Some are quite reasonable and keep excellent records about how content's been licensed. Regardless of what type of copyright enforcement agency it is, whatever the dollar amount is that they are demanding, our immediate recommendation is to always go to your source material. Where did you get this content from? Did you get it from Getty Images? Did you get it under your premium access agreement license? And if the answer is yes, excellent. Lob that over. I think, Jill, from time to time, sometimes those situations are so intimidating or they feel so disruptive when they happen. There could be a tendency for a customer to just panic a little bit and then not know what to do.
Yeah, really just send it over right away. Just don't even take a beat. Just get it over to us.
Right. And I like to say that I am very capable of dealing with all of those people, as is my claims team, as long as we can sort of like connect all of those dots. Do we know that this particular image was licensed when, under which agreement, and then we immediately take that off your hands and explain those circumstances. So don't be derailed. Don't freak out. Contact us. And if also you find yourself in a situation where you have content that you've used it and maybe it's murky to you, where you source that content from. Did I get it from Getty Images? Can I tell? Is there something going on with your digital asset management system where it's not keeping good track of those assets and those licenses? Somebody like Jill might have a solution for you, with the brand folder that she could talk to you about. But, that's
Just
a
maybe.
story for another time. But I know Jill's into it, right, Jill?
Completely.
Call her. Okay, so I'm going to take you back. Cautionary tales, note to selves, wrap up, golden rules. Number 1, stay calm. Check your premium access agreement. Make sure that you've got a license in place for that particular issue. If anything comes up, you lob that over the fence to Getty Images. Keep your cool. And if you aren't attentive to these issues when they arise, don't let it become a nightmare like a lawsuit because you didn't respond to a claim letter. You have got to send that stuff over. And also, don't let it become a PR nightmare. If you are not listening for understanding, being polite and respectful, sometimes people can take things to social media and that is a PR nightmare. We don't like it. Don't want it. Don't do it. Secondly, make sure that you are referring things to Getty Images in a really timely manner. This really helps us set things up. We can get in there quickly. We can get the nonsense and shenanigans all sorted out for you and keep things moving. Do not waste your valuable time trying to get these things sorted. That's what we're here for. We're here for you. And then number 3, if the content available to you in your premium access agreement ever seems spooky or sketchy, again, please contact your rep because we can look into that right away. If it doesn't belong or we shouldn't have it, we can let it go. We can quickly redirect, help you pivot, do more research, get the right thing to you, or give you the more context that you need to make you feel secure in making that content decision. So those are the 3 takeaways I hope that you have. I would like to say that is it for this very spooky episode of The Fine Print. I want to thank my special guests, Lori and Jill, and I'm sending it back to you, Jen.
Well, that's our show for today. Thanks to our panel of Getty Images licensing experts, Heather, Lori, and Jill, for providing your expertise. Don't forget to check out all of our past episodes over on the Downloads news show page and watch them anytime on demand. If you've got any questions about premium access, visit gettyimages.com or contact your representative. We'll be happy to connect with you. Thanks again for joining us today. I've been your spooky host, Jennifer Kelly. We'll see you next time on The Download.